Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Eric from Korea Industry Daily.
I'm George from Chip1stop. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you. And for today's interview, we prepared for several questions. And the first question is, can you briefly introduce about your company?
Sure. So Chip1stop is an online distributor for electronic component parts and semiconductors. Now, it was founded in 2001 by our current president, Mark Kojo. He had a vision to create a web market where people can buy all their electronic parts in one place, in any quantities they want, and ship to the site really quickly. So that's where we come in. In 2011, we also joined the Arrow company. They saw it as a very strategic move into the Japanese market as well.
Okay, from the beginning of the point in Korean market, what kind of difficulties did you have to be positioned in the Korean market?
So the difficulties we faced when we first came to Korea, I think we went into the Korean market around 2012. Obviously, language was a major barrier to entry. We didn't know the landscape. We knew that Korea was a rapidly developing market with big potential. It's now number 5 in terms of the industrial size in the IT industry. So language barrier was overcome really quickly. We hired a Korean-speaking staff. So we have 2 to 3 people in our team that can speak Korean, who know the industry well enough to be able to have conversations with their customers.
As a global distributor, how do you prospect for Korean market industry-wise?
So there's definitely a big potential for us in the Korean market. Korea is ranked number 5 in terms of world industry size. A lot of IoT right now, there's a big IoT buzz with a lot of people trying to invest in technology and innovation. The Korean government's also investing heavily in this area, trying to promote small and medium enterprises to be innovative, to create new technology. What that means for us is that when people are developing these technologies, they need to procure parts, and Chip1 is a really, really easy way for them to do it. All their parts can be sourced in Korean from our web store.
What are the competitive advantages compared to your competitors?
So where we play strongest at in the market is being a Japanese distributor. We started our business with strong relationships with Japanese manufacturers. So we often hold parts for people like TDK, Taiyo Yuden, Murata, Renesas, those type of companies. We hold parts that no other distributor might have, so people come to us. Our second point is that we're part of the Arrow group as well. So that brings to us a lot of good advantages. We're able to utilize the Arrow network globally. We now have access to more manufacturers than ever due to the Arrow relationship, so we can deliver that to our customers. And lastly, but not least, we have an international sales team. Now that means that we can actually service anyone from anywhere in terms of customers. Like we can speak English, we can speak Korean, Chinese, and Japanese. So everyone can come to us, ask us questions, and we can service them in that way.
Can you briefly describe the global trend in the semiconductor sector, and also what kind of differences in Korean market?
So definitely in the world today, everything needs technology. So in terms of the global trend today, everyone needs electronic parts. So there's a massive supply shortage in transistors and capacitors, in all the little electronic components, right? Now where Korea is strong in that regard is Korean manufacturing industry is very big. It's the world's 3rd largest, behind China and America. And what that means is people like Samsung, like SK Hynix, they have the majority of a lot of the memory productions out in the market today to help ease that shortage. Korea exports in the first half of this year was grown 42%, so that's very positive. In terms of domestic industry, domestic demand, there's been a bit slower in uptake in terms of the need for electronic parts. I think the government is really trying to encourage innovation in that sense, right? But what that means is not only do they need to invest in research, but also to commercialize that research and development into something that increases demand for that industry.
Thank you for today's interview.
Thank you for interviewing. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you
Thank you very much.